Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for the Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, welcome to CNX Tuesday, where we read the results of last week's episode of But Am I Wrong? A wonderful, fantastic podcast that we have. And if you're just stumbling upon this one, you might feel a little lost, but you're more than welcome to stay, hear us read the results and people's thoughts and feelings of our latest episode.
Are you excited?
Are you asking them or are you asking me?
Both. Only one of you can respond in real time.
I'll be the voice of the people. Of course.
Anna Delvey.
Yes. Of course. Of course I am. You paw. Well, this is for... I need to start doing that again. Mott's loves that accent.
It's great.
Yeah, he's like, it's so funny. This is for episode 118. And I'm up first. Megan realizes common sense isn't so common. And I knew I had to pick images that match what we talked about so people would remember. But do you know how hard it was for me not to pick a picture of Common and a 5-cent coin and just put them together? Common sense. And I was like, damn it. But people are going to be like, wait, what did Common do? And I'm like,
right.
Oh. So,
well, I'll tell you what he did. He is being weird. He's always been weird.
Yeah, but he's been extra weird.
He's been extra weird lately.
I'm so glad you think that too.
And I just want to remind people
that he dated Tiffany.
People that are cheering him on. He was recently on Jennifer Hudson's Instagram before I was no longer getting content. And somebody had asked him when they were getting married or if he wanted to get married. And he basically gave if I were to get married, then Jennifer would be who I would get married to. It was a concept of a marriage. And she asked about it on the talk show. And I was like, this is a conversation y'all need to have at home because this is weird.
Melissa, I just assumed they weren't dating. And he was like, if I were to get
No. They've been together a while. But I need to remind people that usually when Common dates somebody, the next person that they date, they usually end up marrying. And I just want to put that out there.
Common has the good luck Chuck gene.
Yes.
Great movie.
But anyway, back to this.
Anyways, yeah. So who was wrong? 1% said I was wrong. 99% said I was not wrong. Let's see if anyone responded to that. I wholeheartedly believe that people like to create their own problems so they can continue to play the victim. Situations like this just remind me of the whole beans. Oh my God, the way I could talk about the bean salad forever. It's bean soup technically, but it's the same thing. The bean soup debacle, where someone asked on a bean soup video, well, what if I don't like beans? It's crazy how people choose to be ignorant. Sometimes I realize that common sense isn't always common, but some of the stuff seems like you would have learned it on your first day on Earth. I agree with that wholeheartedly. The bean soup thing happened like 2 years ago or something, where someone was like, oh, showing you my favorite bean soup and like how I make this. Like I love having this around my period. It's really rich in iron. And like when I'm not in the mood for steak or something else, like this is a way that I didn't know had so much iron, and it makes me feel really good. And it's like so cozy. And someone commented being like, well, what if I don't like beans? Like,
Then
don't make
don't
it.
Fucking make it.
And it was like so weird. It was like, well, you don't have a substitute? And she's like, no, it's a bean soup. And it was like, okay, you don't have to be so aggressive. And it was like, what the fuck do you mean? And it was just so crazy. And so now everyone refers to when someone takes the like, well, this actually doesn't apply. Like if someone's like, oh, how to make peanut butter bars. And someone's like, wow, I'm actually allergic to peanuts. And it's like, cool.
Then don't
Keep
make
fucking
this.
scrolling. Like that's so weird to like make everything like, well, everything's actually supposed to be for me. Like that's offensive if it's not. I think about that all the time. Someone just responded and said, my father. And I would say for the stories that this person has told about their father, I would have to say, your father.
Yes.
Someone else said, common sense not being common is the biggest culture shock, especially when you start living on your own. Oh my God. Yep. And that's why people like the terminology of calling some Gen Zers Zoomers is because it is giving like boomer mentality where there's like no resourcefulness of being like, oh, what, like they're not going to Google, they're not going to check the description. They're just going to be like, what is this? And it's like, you could have just kept watching 5 seconds. Like in 5 seconds, it's explained what that is. Or we could do a little, hey mama, let's research. And I guess, hey mama, let's research is strictly a millennial, like both young and older millennial kind of thing. So
it was on Twitter.
Yeah. No, I just mean like in like the researching part.
Oh, I thought you meant the saying itself.
No, but like I do think that is identified in our generation. Like we are the mama let's research generation.
Yes,
and
yes.
That's why, and I'm not saying all Gen Z. I think it's just that's the distinction between a Gen Zer and a Zoomer.
Yep. They also were on school on Zoom. It's a two-prong name, and I think it fits great.
It does.
And then we've got Melissa says the WNBA needs to do a better job of protecting the players. Who is wrong? 0% said I was wrong, even though one person did vote that way. And 100% said I was not wrong. I updated my phone to the new iOS and it makes everything small, like inside when you're looking at photos.
What?
Yes, it's annoying.
There's not like a default for full screen. I hate that.
Someone said it's no secret that most people for years never gave a shit about the WNBA because they're all misogynist assholes. I'd also add in racist. But now that more people are noticing how great the WNBA is, that means their protection and rights need to increase. These women need to be defended and protected from this hate. All they came to do was play basketball, not be, I screenshot it, but there's an arrow in the way, and I'm just going to guess what it says. Not be continually hated for literally doing their job.
True.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural Then and Now.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey, guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests to share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Then we have the one that I've not been able to stop thinking about. Writer number 1. Are they wrong for not inviting a friend to their party? I spelled that wrong, so sorry, everybody. Because they don't, quote unquote, fit the aesthetic. 97% said the writer's wrong. 3% said the writer's not wrong. Desperately, I need to hear from those 11 of you who voted that way. Like, expeditiously, I need to hear from you. And then send your, if you stand by the way you voted, please send your modeling portfolio.
We'll narrow this down to who it is.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you that you're ugly in the fucking inside. This is a really great point that someone said. I've never seen a group of friends have the same aesthetic. I'm the only emo in my friend group, and they all dress in coquette. Slay. Yeah, that's like, if you think of like on a TV show when they compile a friend group, unless you are the plastics, which are the villains, supposed to be the villains, they're not going to look all the same. They're not going to be all the same.
Except for when we used to go work out together, and they were like, you guys are a group.
Well, we can be mean girls. No one said that we were in the mean girls.
I know.
Someone else said, this is so mean. If an out-of-state friend is coming to visit, you drop everything and have the best time, not uninvite them to your birthday party. What the fuck? This one is crazy to me. I was listening at work and I had a visceral reaction, and I thought maybe I was projecting because I totally had a friend like this in high school. But then I was validated. I was so validated after Megan's immediate response. You're a bitch. Ha 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 ha. Someone else said, made my blood boil. When I heard the call, I was shocked. At first, I thought they meant personality-wise, they wouldn't be a match, and for that, I understood. But when you're purposely hating on your friend's quote-unquote aesthetic, when you're probably a basic bitch model in New York, that is utterly disgusting. Your friend is excited to celebrate you, and you're worried because they don't fit your aesthetic. I hope you're able to look at yourself and able to see what's important and what isn't when it comes to who you hang around with. Yeah.
Writer number 2. Would they be wrong for telling their friend that they're being a bitch? And then it said, don't be a bitch. Who was wrong? 10% said the writer is wrong. 90% said the writer is not wrong. Someone said, I don't remember this one and therefore can't vote, but being a bitch is private to 2 people max is allowed. Let me read that again. I don't remember this one and therefore can't vote, but being a bitch in private to 2 people max is allowed. The 2 people should check you if necessary. Being a bitch in public is only allowed for creepy, horrible men when they feel safe to do so. Well, in this case, I would say because one person was a family member, then and it wasn't in public, it was in private. There were 3 people. In private,
no, but I think it's only one. You were only being mean to one person because it was technically the brother's friend who was also catching some strays. But I think you can be mean to your family, I think siblings. I don't think like parents should be mean to their kids in public. But like, yeah, I think family, that removes one. So you already have one person. You could have thrown another person in there for her to be a bitch to, and still would have worked. But I do like that logic.
Me too.
Under two.
Another person said, I forgot how I voted, but if it comes to a family situation, the writer is wrong. But if their friend is generally being a bitch just to be a bitch, then they should tell them to cut it out.
Then we have my nomination for Wrong of the Week, Matt and Abby. 96% said Matt and Abby are wrong. 4% said Matt and Abby are not wrong. Someone said, it actually boggles my mind that people like this have a platform. Anytime I hear of them, it's never for something good, and I hope those kids have additional care, because what the fuck? I used to follow them heavily years ago, before kids, and I don't remember them being this problematic. But now, every time I see them in the media, it's never for anything good. I keep getting their videos randomly suggested every few months, and they've always given me weird vibes. I don't remember specifics, but when their second baby was conceived, almost immediately after the first one, the videos were very uncomfy. Yeah, I've never seen any of their stuff. I've seen Lily and Jesse talk about them, and I guess there was something with one of their kids where she was in labor and the baby ended up being born around his birthday and Father's Day, and she took him out to brunch or got a cake or something, and he was that wasn't enough, and was very pissed about the fact that it just didn't feel like she did enough to make him feel special on his birthday. And it was that she combined birthday and Father's Day, and it was she just had a baby, and he was really pissed about it, and then was yeah, we're not even gonna do it this year. I don't want to celebrate my birthday. And she was it's okay, I understand. Yeah, I think they're very Jesus-y in parentheses, negative. Well, Jesus-y to me always has a negative connotation. That is not religious. It's not the same word as Jesus-y.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
My sister Megan was born the day after my dad's, his birthday is on October 18th, and her birthday is on October 19th. And
shit happens. Pay attention to when you fucking raw dog that. Yeah. You're so fucking worried. Do the math, bitch.
My dad went out and partied with his friends that night on his birthday. Didn't know that she was coming the next day. Yeah. But went to the hospital drunk with my mom. He was there. He showed up.
He did what he needed to do. Right. And he still had his birthday.
Right.
I forgot exactly what they did, but they're wrong. True. Always wrong. Someone else said they are also pro-life. Yeah, they are. I remember a Kiki channel video where I first heard about these two, and oh my fucking God, I die. He literally had a stroke because she had postpartum depression. He couldn't have sexy time because she wasn't sexy to him anymore. Just wild. He needs to leave and go back to the landfill where he belongs. Yeah, there was another part that she was depressed, and he was I'm just having a hard time being sexually attracted to you. I was so
she
nice.
I don't even want to have sex with you anyway.
No, also, I can't stress enough, if I'm not mistaken, I might be spreading misinformation, which, to be fair, I'm getting this from Lily and Jesse, and all Jesse does is accidentally spread misinformation, that I'm pretty sure he was trying to be a SoundCloud rapper.
No.
Someone said they are so wrong and should care much less. Yeah, that's it.
Then we've got Offset. 98% said Offset is wrong. 2% said that Offset is not wrong.
Hey everyone, join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
Each week, we deliver 4 fun-filled shows.
In Don't Blame Me, we tackle our listeners' dilemmas with hilariously honest advice.
Then we have But Am I Wrong, which is for the listeners that didn't take our advice. Plus, we share our hot takes on current events.
Then tune in to see you next Tuesday for our listener poll results from But Am I Wrong?
And finally, wrap up your week with Fisting Friday, where we catch up and talk all things pop culture.
Listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Merry Christmas, everybody! My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
And we are the hosts of Christmas Countdown Show.
We're so thrilled to be bringing the merriment to you all this holiday season. On Christmas Countdown, we love to count down our top 10 favorite things related to the holiday season. That could be food, movies, music, everything that we all love about this massively merry good time. So wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you click that subscribe button. Eric, are you ready?
I am ready, and we hope that you are too. Merry Christmas, everybody! Let's go!
Do you love Disney? Then you are going to love our hit podcast, Disney Countdown. I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And I'm the Dapper Danielle.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. There is nothing we don't cover.
We are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you're looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
Someone said, Alexa, play I Should Have Cheated by Keisha Cole. I tried to say it in a way that it wouldn't
I do
make
that all
mine
the
go
time.
off.
Yeah, we're like, let me change the cadence of how I say this.
Yes.
And so hopefully they won't think it's a command or a request.
But she actually did. Keisha Cole's was a hypothetical. But and then someone else said, I am tired of all my girly pops being around trash ass men, Cardi, Kiki, Simone. We've
changed our we should make a public service announcement.
Yes,
we have actually
we did
changed
before.
Oh, okay, but you shall know, and we hope you follow suit. We have actually changed our mind about Simone. All of the rest of those men are still on those lists. And
also what he did wasn't as
well, I was going to say, and some of these men, there is nothing they could do to get off that list.
Right.
Once you've abused someone, donezo. Like
Done.
there's no hopping from one list to the other. But Simone's, as avid viewers of the Olympics, he won over our hearts and minds. And
he did.
Now he's off our shit list.
Right. And yes, I'll agree. I wholeheartedly agree. He may return. There's always an option that he could return,
has 2
but
feet
for right
down
now,
in quicksand. It's a trampoline. You
Yeah.
don't know which way they might jump.
So we'll see. But and the list goes on. I need my girlies to stand up and start to ignore these dumb ass men. And I liked how you put ass men as one word.
That's fun.
And I might need to adopt that.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Oh, that is it. We hope you all enjoyed. And don't forget to vote in the next episode or the previous episode, whatever episode it is. Follow the Instagram so you are aware when that goes up. And we want to hear from you. And like we said at the beginning, if you don't see us ever reading or hear us reading yours, just know that it's probably because we can't see it. So you can shoot us an email and be like, hey, this is my Instagram. And we'll make sure that they're in the folder where we can actually see them.
And also, we've been talking about doing next week and the week after doing Halloween movies. Put a poll up on our Patreon. It's for free Patreon and all the tiers of Patreon to vote. We've had some interesting people sharing thoughts. And today there's going to be an actual poll going up with the people, with the ones that had the most votes, most likes, I should say. So then we'll get into it. If you didn't hear yesterday on But Am I Wrong, which I don't know why you would listen to this show and not listen to that one, but I'll share the top ones on that show.
Hell yeah!
And we will see you
next Tuesday. Goodbye.
Welcome to the small town of Chinook, where faith runs deep and secrets run deeper. In this new thriller, religion and crime collide when a gruesome murder rocks the isolated Montana community. Everyone is quick to point their fingers at a drug-addicted teenager, but local deputy Ruth Vogel isn't convinced. She suspects connections to a powerful religious group. Enter federal agent V.B. Lauro, who has been investigating a local church for possible criminal activity. The pair form an unlikely partnership to catch the killer, unearthing secrets that leave Ruth torn between her duty to the law, her religious convictions, and her very own family. But something more sinister than murder is afoot, and someone is watching Ruth.
Chinook, starring Kelly Marie Tran and Sanaa Lathan. Listen to Chinook wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Brennan Storr.
I'm Paul Bestall.
We're the Ghost Story Guys.
And every 2 weeks, we explore first-person stories of encounters with the paranormal from all around the world.
Then we have some fun reacting to those stories. We like to say our goal is to scare the hell out of you, then make you laugh.
Belief in the paranormal is not required. All you need is a love of great storytelling and curiosity about the world around you.
Subscribe to the Ghost Story Guys now on your favorite podcatcher to hear episodes like High Strangeness in Chicago, The Mystery of Missing Time, and The Haunting of Vietnam, along with dozens of others.
We've talked about mythical bridges, doppelgangers, haunted seaside towns, and so much more.
Remember that story about the guy who was trapped inside a dream and something was hunting him? That was upsetting.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Want us to help ruin your sleep? Come find the Ghost Story Guys on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else fine podcasts live, or at ghoststoryguys.com.